Hi there, mates. The wait is finally over. Those speculations can now be laid to rest. That Tesla Model 3 refresh is now alive. There is a fair bit of excitement here in Australia surrounding this car, and I have all the details in this video. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Nash from Tesla and the Gong. Yes, today, 1st of September 2023, Tesla officially launched the refreshed Tesla Model 3, codenamed Project Highland. Now, there are lots and lots of information about this car in the social media, and I've gone through all of those posts today, and I've also watched multiple videos. And it's important you watch mine because I have amalgamated all of them together and importantly, gleaned a lot of information even the people who have seen the car in person have not talked about. Let's do this. I've split this video into a couple of parts. The first part would be looking at all the changes that are out there. Second part, we'll go into the Tesla website here in Australia and look at those changes in the brochure as well as in the video there. The third part, we will jump into the Tesla ordering site and find out what models are there and how much they cost, because there is a tiny bit of heartburn there. And the last, most important part, I'm going to amalgamate all the social media posts and videos out there and point out interesting bits to make you or help you make the decision to buy the car of your dreams. Without further ado, let's jump in. Loads and loads of changes in this new Project Highland Tesla Model 3 refresh. Over 40 changes have happened, but I want to do a bit of a tip of a hat to my good mate Tesla Scope, because back in June 2023, he called this out. He called out all of these details that have been changed in this new Tesla Model 3, and what a legend he is. So I just want to give him a tip of the hat before we go on. There is a little bit of heartburn for the people in USA and Canada because Tesla has officially confirmed that the Model 3 refresh will not be available in North America for 2023. So that is something to remember. But we can rejoice because the Tesla Model 3 is here in Australia, and we're going to see some of the salient features that have been changed. Over 40 changes have happened in this Model 3, both exterior and interior. You'll see a few of the interesting features. Now, first one, there is a range increase, 12% increase in range. 50% of the car parts are new. There is redesigned interiors, the doors, the fabric, the whole works. And a massive change has happened. No stock, neither the indicator nor the gear selector stock is there. And that has been incorporated into a refreshed steering wheel. And another very important feature is two new colors, the gorgeous ultra red and the sexy stealth gray. Now, the center console has also been updated. The screen is ever so slightly larger, although the external dimensions are the same. The bezels have now decreased in size, so the screen has become a little wider as well. Now, the ambient sounds inside the car are more accentuated because the car is now quieter thanks to the 360-degree acoustic glass. We'll see all about that. There are other things. Important thing that is much requested in the Tesla Model 3 is the suspension. So Tesla has gone ahead and upgraded the suspension with new springs, dampeners, and new geometry in the front suspension. So it should give a more premium ride. The body is little on the stiffer side, and also the seats are now perforated. In the front, two seats are ventilated, and the rear seats have also been changed for extra comfort. A new addition, an 8-inch touchscreen has been added to the rear screen. Now, I'm sure you guys are thinking, well, this looks more and more like the Model S. Indeed it is. Even the external styling has a somewhat of a Model S look to it, and I really love it. The speaker system has been upgraded. We have 17 speakers as opposed to 14, and now you can even charge your laptop with a USB-C plug. These are some of the features, and over 40 features are there, and we look at all of them. Very quickly before we go on, these are some of the gorgeous pictures that Sawyer Merrit has shared. They look really beautiful. We'll go into all of these in detail. Now, first things first, let's jump into the Tesla website And look at that, two gorgeous new colors. The interior has been updated, the materials have changed, and we do have a new steering wheel without stalks. That is the rear screen there. And some people seem to think that there is a front bumper camera there too. Well, you be the judge. The rear has changed a little bit. The logo has changed a little bit too. Instead of the T of the Tesla T previously, the TSLA, very reminiscent of Franz's Tesla Model 3, has been changed here and looks gorgeous. The front styling with his mean looking headlights looking beautiful indeed. The back tail is a little bit more curvier for more aerodynamic performance, and the coefficient or the drag coefficient is also reduced. Here you can see Sawyer Merrit did make mention of that in his post as well, and he said the drag coefficient right now is 0.219. That is pretty cool indeed. Now let's keep sweeping down. They say 15 minutes charge will give you 282 kilometers, and the top range is 629 kilometers WLTP in the dual motor. Of course, we'll see the versions in just a bit. They say it's built for distance. It can go 629, and it is also optimized for maximum aerodynamic performance. Pretty sweet indeed. There are two new wheels. One of them is the beautiful 19-inch Nova wheel, and the other one is the equally gorgeous Photon 18-inch wheels as well. In addition to these upgraded wheels for better range and less noise, they also have these gorgeous two colors, the ultra red and the stealth gray. If you ask me, these two colors also add to the range and the aerodynamics. I must say, everything in red is sexy and must be better. Now, as we go down, you'll see that this beautiful ambient light strip divides the gray and the white, and or the black for that matter, and gives a gorgeous spaceship-like look to this particular car. I am totally loving this. Look at that, beautiful indeed. And as you can see here, the steering wheel is completely changed and there are no stalks. The bezels are super thin too, and there are a few other styling changes which we'll talk about in just a bit. We'll keep going down. The materials have now changed. You have the softer and more sophisticated materials, the sublime sound with 17 speakers, dual subwoofers and dual amplifiers, the rear display, which is an 8-inch touchscreen display for both climate and entertainment, and you can add two Bluetooth headphones to this, so people with children may love this feature, so that the family can watch something in the rear. Now, ventilated front seats. I did do a complete review of the Tesla Model X Plaid, and I showed these ventilated seats, but there is no noise cancellation in these seats like in the Tesla Model X Plaid. Maybe there is, we have no information as of now, but ventilated seats are super cool indeed. Of course, wireless charging is very similar, but the styling here has changed a little bit, and we'll talk about that. The cabin is quieter. If you remember, we started getting these double glazed glass in both the front and the rear in the recent versions, but now they have something called a 360-degree acoustic glass, and it of course does protect from UV rays as well. Yes, the bezels are looking smaller in the screen, and the screen has become a little brighter as well. So that is one of the 40 features that has changed. And of course, remote access and these gorgeous modes like the dog mode, sentry mode and camp mode are so Tesla indeed. Now, let's jump into the Aussie website and find out what the models are and how much they cost. So we're going to look at the New South Wales version. So this is the Model 3 rear wheel drive. It is a drive-away price of $64,814. It gives you a range of 513 kilometers WLTP, which is equivalent to a real-world range, a top speed of 201 kilometers an hour with a 0 to 100 kilometers an hour at 6.1 seconds. Now, if you look at the next version, this is a long-range dual-motor all-wheel drive, which is at a drive-away price here in New South Wales at $74,814 with a range of 629 kilometers and a top speed of 201 kilometers an hour with a 0 to 100 kilometers an hour at 4.4 seconds. Now the heartburn is over here. The performance Tesla Model 3 does not find its place here. Perhaps it'll come later, or maybe it's removed. I do not know. We'll wait and watch. Radio. Let's look at what we have here as far as features go. You can see that it's upgraded, more refined. That front headlamp is mean looking and gorgeous indeed. Of course, they talk about ease of use with the features that we all know, the tentpole features. It is a 15.4 center touchscreen, slightly larger because the bezels have become smaller. And then charging everywhere, and the new news that's come out a couple of days ago, Tesla has opened its superchargers to non-EVs too. If you have not watched that video, check that out. We do have Tesla that adapts itself, so the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are more powerful, so that the phone is detected by the car at a much longer distance than previously. So that is one more feature that was upgraded. No more clutter. Yes, the steering wheel has become different. It incorporates a couple of buttons for the indicator, gear selector, as well as a curious little button. We'll talk about that in the last extended cut of this video. Going on, it's built for safety. Yes, it does meet the global safety standards, and safety features are standard with all Teslas. And of course, there is improved drive with all the superchargers and other preconditioning and so on and so forth. Those are the main features. Of course, the colors have now changed a little bit. There is a solid black and blue as before, but the stealth gray and the ultra red are the gorgeous new colors. The two wheels are the 18 inches photon wheels and the 19 inches Nova wheels, both of them super gorgeous to look at, and they both are known to increase range as well as performance. The interiors are the all black, but the black is not black at all. It is still a dual shade there. That is really beautiful. I really like this. And these ambient light strips that go all the way across in the front side really make for a futuristic look. But I must say the white interiors really top the whole thing. It is super gorgeous indeed. Of course, enhanced autopilot and self-driving capability is there. Now I want to break the video a little bit here, pause the video a little bit here, because you can use the Tesla referral code if you are an existing Tesla owner to get $750 of loyalty credits. But at the time of making this video today on the 1st of September, you can't refer someone, and that cannot give you referral bonuses if somebody buys a Tesla Model 3 refresh with your referral code. That has been removed. Maybe it will be reinstated later on. Who knows? Now these cars do come with hardware 4 and extra cameras as well. The front radar screen is no longer radar, has one extra camera. The ultrasonics have all been removed, and they say there possibly is a bumper camera too. So that is something to remember. Now this is what we are going to get here in Australia, and you can actually buy it right now. So if I have to go down and make the payment, the estimated delivery is between Jan 2024 and March of 2024, and this is a Giga Shanghai car. Really cool indeed. We come to the last and most important segment of this video. Now, I have scourged through a lot of videos out there. YouTubers who have even seen the car up close and personal have not put in so much details as these guys. These guys are called automoto.it, an Italian YouTube site, and these guys are really good. I must say this is the best coverage of all the other coverages out there at the time of making this video. So I borrowed from them. I've muted the audio because it is in the Italian language, and I'm going to talk over that, pointing out some of the interesting features. Some of them they didn't point it either, but I want to point it to you guys so that it will be useful for you to make the informed decision. So first things first, that mean looking headlamp is the tent pole feature. It has got these daytime lights and matrix lights inside as well, and that is incorporated into the front, adding to the gorgeous front slope and also adding to the aerodynamics of the car as well. And the side profile is super cool. That is the 19-inch Nova wheels, and that really accentuates the side profile. If you close the front, you may not be able to make out too much of a difference, But then when the front is seen together, that adds the beauty. Look at that, look at that. It looks really beautiful. And the rear as well is super cool because they have these gorgeous wraparound tail lights which wraps around the trunk. And you can see that the Tesla logo is gone and it's been replaced by the TESLA. This TESLA is a slight disappointment, I must say, because I would have hoped that it was a more 3D jutting out projection. But even so, this is pretty cool nevertheless. And this is a dual motor all-wheel drive car. So that is so gorgeous indeed. So beautiful, so beautiful. Now, as we keep going on, see something to point out here. The tow hook is here, but all the sensors are missing. This is a vision only car, and this has hardware 4 as well. Now, something I want to point out here too, I really can't see that front bumper camera. It was there in our rendering, and I'll show you another feature in the later part of this video. Maybe the front bumper camera is still present and we are not able to glean that out very well in this. And these guys didn't point that out either. So that's the side profile, looking beautiful indeed. Now, as we go to the rear door, you can see that this is a double glaze panel of glass that is supposed to add to the quietness of the car. We have had this double glaze, but this looks a little thicker. We must measure it to find out if it is really more different to what we had. And here you can see those ambient light strips that is extending from the front and going all the way to the back. But you'll notice that it doesn't go all the way to the very end. There is a metallic sort of an accent there, and there's a metallic accent going all the way down, and that will be better seen in the later part of this video as well as we keep going forward. And that is the 8-inch screen, the touch screen for the rear passengers to use and enjoy. Now, the side doors have been changed. You can see that there is this sharp two-tone finish, and the speaker grill has been moved up a little bit. The button to open and close the doors have not really changed too much, but this is a beautiful, beautiful looking rear as well. Now, as we go to the back, the boot has 2 motors as opposed to 1, and that is supposed to improve the quietness. The boot space has not changed too much. The front space has not changed too much either. Now, as we go, when you see the front as well, it is again a double glaze glass there, and that ambient light goes there, and it still has that metallic accent as well. And we look at the front. This is not a automated front, I'm afraid. Perhaps in the Cybertruck we will get the first automated front. We'll hope and pray for that. The front space is not too different from the previous version, and it closes the same way as well. Now, that's the light strip they're pointing out, the door buttons they're pointing out, the mechanical emergency release button is still present, the windshield ones are not changed, but this is something that is interesting. Now, there is a little bit of a tongue or a lip there. This is supposed to go in to the opposite side and sort of create more sort of a seal so that the ambient noises are reduced. That is really gorgeous. That Tesla thinks about a lot of interesting things here. And there is an accent light at the bottom which is slightly changed compared to the previous version. The speaker grills are changed. There are lots more speakers, as we know, 17 speakers. So this is the bar separating the front and the rear dome glasses or the roof glasses. And there is a set of speakers here too, adding to the immersive nature of the sound. Perhaps this can be used for noise cancellation in the future. I do not know. We'll see the seats, but the seats in the Tesla Model S and X have noise cancelling speakers in them. This one perhaps not. These are the ventilated seats. You can see the vegan leather there and the perforations here. We'll see how this can be activated in the console screen as well. And I have used them in the Tesla Model X Plaid when I did the review. Beautiful indeed, absolutely beautiful. And this one is very similar to what we have seen in the existing Tesla Model 3. When we jump in, you'll see that the steering wheel is most certainly different. It is got that somewhat of a koala look to it, as we call it, koala bear. Bad word to use. Koalas are not bears, but it has a koala look to it, a koala face look to it. You can see that there. You can look at that koala face there. Look at that. Very similar to the Tesla Model S and Model X. You can see the bezels are definitely slimmer, and that makes the screen a little bit larger as well. And here they're pointing out the gorgeous color changing ambient lights, and we'll show you the color changing feature in just a bit too. And it extends all the way to the rear and adding to the amazing, beautiful look that this car exudes. Really cool indeed. Now, so you can see that the air vents are similarly controlled. You can swipe up and down to control the air vents, split just like in the existing Model 3. In addition to that, you can see that the seat heater functionality has one extra sub menu. When you click on that, you'll see there is a heat and cool feature, so you can now cool your seat as well, or warm it depending on what you need. You can see there's a slight change in the way the logo is changed for the app drawer to be brought up, so that is interesting. Now let's look at some of the other menus here. Going to display, look at that, the controls very similar, but you can't change the direction of the screen, so that is set in stone, unlike in the Tesla Model S and X where you can swivel the screen around. That is not there. And you go to the next one, you look at display, you can see the light, dark and auto, and you can see that is the blue light. That is a new feature that came up, and also the brightness can be in auto, or so on and so forth. That's the trip meter. And if you look at the profiles, you can see the profiles has the ambient lights. You see the ambient lights are changing in color now. You can change it. There are some presets that are available, but you can change it to whatever your heart desires. Maybe you want to have a pimp ride. Why not? Just have that changed as well. That is pretty cool. And that is the koala face looking steering wheel. And you can see here, it's got the microphone, it's got the wiper control, you have the TACC or traffic aware cruise control, and you can double tap on that to activate autopilot, I believe. And this is a curious button here. It's got a camera icon there. I still believe the front bumper camera is there, and this TSLA logo is very similar to the Tesla Model X and S. You can see the indicators are on the left side, and you have the headlamps over there too. This is really cool. Let's look at the menus in more detail. There you go. Lights, you can see very similar, auto and blind spot indicator. So this is very sweet, blind spot indicator. So this, I believe, is incorporated into the side view mirrors. We have been asking this of Tesla, and Tesla has obliged by giving us the blind spot indicator. It can be turned on or turned off. That is interesting. Of course, as we keep going on, that's locks, that's the lights, and that's the profile. Some of the profile things have changed a little bit, not too much though. And yeah, this again showing you the ambient lights, which looks quite gorgeous, I must say. Now the front styling has changed a little bit. You can see that this has become a dual door there. One door goes in front and closes halfway, and you can also close the cup holder. Did you notice that small little mechanical thing that it comes up, slides up, and then moves up to? Very cool. I'll show you that one more time. This one just slides and stops there. You watch this goes there and then slides up. That is really cool indeed. I really like that particular feature, that dual thing, and then they do have the 12-volt port there. Yes, there's extra space here, very similar to what we have in our existing Tesla Model 3 at this time. And that handrest is a useful thing too. These are the two wireless chargers, very similar. But what they've done with the rear is a little interesting. I'll show you that in just a bit, because right now you can use one of the USB-C ports to charge even a laptop. because it has 65 watts output. I'll show you that here when we go to the rear as well. So when we jump into the rear, that is the 8-inch screen, and you can of course use that to control the air vents. The air vents are below. There you see that those are the air vents, and that will direct the flow of air up a little bit. Of course, you can use this for entertainment as well, and it's independent of the one in front, and you can connect 2 Bluetooth speakers too. That is super cool indeed. This is an interesting thing. So you can actually push this forward and get yourself some more room by using the rear control. That is important. So see that again. So let's go back. You see he's able to push that passenger seat in front using the controls in the rear. Very similar to the Tesla Model S and Model X Plate 2, giving you a little bit more room. Of course, that is to turn on and turn off the hatchback, to push the things and then have the thing. And you can also have entertainment inside there too. Very cool indeed. They're showing you the knobs, the lights, the indicator. There you go. Did that do anything? They did press that button too for the cameras. I wonder if this is the front or the rear. I think this is still the rear camera that has come up when they click on the camera button. But did they show us more? Well, it's a shame. If they pressed on that chevron there, I wonder if it has shown the front cameras. Okay, still, that is a camera button that you can bring up the cameras to. Yes, that is the stealth gray, gorgeous stealth gray, and the ultra red. Now that's all about the video. Very quickly, let's go back, and I want to point out this particular thing. First up, the cost. This is the base version of the rear wheel drive here in Australia costs $68,114, which has increased by about $1,500. The dual motor version is $78,114. It has gone up by about $4,500. So are you guys in the lookout for a Tesla Model 3? Is this the one you're going to get? And which version you're going to get? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I hope you like this. I've gone through a lot in this video. I tried to put in a lot of effort getting all this information out to you, showing and pointing out from others' videos as well. Now, if you like this video, click on the subscription button, it will be great, and also thumbs up will be nice, and do share this video around. If you are commenting or watching this on X, please do click on that like button too, and also subscribe or follow me on X so that we can chat about this video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I do reply to all my comments. But if you already own a Tesla and are buying a new one, the loyalty credits can still be got by going to your account from the phone and adding that. I'll see you guys very soon in another interesting video. Until then, this is Nash from Tesla and the Gong signing off. Peace.